Welcome out to the range. It is not pouring rain or not windier than crazy today. Yay! We are continuing our series of videos on less than lethal self-defense / personal defense options. And today we're going to be discussing pepper ball projectiles and one that looks like gum that is a pepper spray / gel. Before we get there, the joke of the day is someone stole my mood ring. I don't know how I feel about that. Ba-dump, ba-dump. Welcome back. We're going to address some of the comments we got in our first video in this series, and that is on pepper sprays and gels. Yes, the weather affects it. Yes, it can be defeated by certain individuals. Remember, it's pain compliant. It does have the eyes slam shut from the effects of it, and that keeps them from getting to you if you move. Most of these are designed to use or apply and get away, not stand there and try to arrest them or punch them in the nose or whatever else. All things take a second or two or more for the brain to realize, ow, that hurts, I don't like it. Even firearms at times, depending upon the person's attitude and mood. Got a lot of comments from people that proclaim to have been in law enforcement or other places for many, many years, and it never worked, and it always got all over their friends. And I would say that most of the time, because I've been there also, those are training issues, not item issues or the pepper spray issue. Sometimes it doesn't work, or you put too much on and you're washing away your product. There's a lot of things that can go into whether or not the application is the right application. We're not talking about cops, though. We're talking to citizens trying to keep from getting assaulted, trying to keep from getting attacked. And to that, I will say this. Pepper spray allows you to make a decision or try to protect yourself or to protect and defend yourself and others that is not lethal. In Oregon, the worst case situation is you pepper spray somebody you shouldn't have. You get arrested for a misdemeanor type assault. That is a maximum of a year in jail and a $5,000 fine. And I'm here to tell you that I cannot believe any jury, if a woman's standing there that says, in the Walmart parking lot, a guy came up to me and got too close and I got really scared and pepper sprayed him, would convict her. Yes, I'm more opinionated than Paul. With all that, everything we talk about has its limits. Keep those in mind. Keep the comments coming because they generate conversation, they share more information, and they are great. I try to respond to as many as we can because we want to get the word out to folks. Now, with that said, I owe you a joke of the day. Had a few comments that I didn't do it last week. So here it is for you. My father has the heart of a lion. He also is banned from the zoo now. Ba-dump, ba-dump. So you have chosen this instead of this. Let's talk about your options. Start with a close-up of what we're talking about today. And once again, I must thank our sponsor, Bi-Mart, for providing all these things to us. Again, they sell these, they don't make them, so I can effectively tell you my personal thoughts about them. We have inert training rounds. We have the Saber pepper ball projector in 68 caliber. We have the HDP 50 power rounds. It says home defense pistol. I'm not sure I like the term there. Keep in mind, these are not firearms. Okay? They put down projectile, but they're not firearms. And then we have a Saber pepper gel. Feels like a gun, has a safety, and it comes with a pepper one, obviously, and an inert for training. So that's a good product, or at least a system. And it does have the marking die in it for those that were asking about last time. You can get refills for the Saber 68 caliber one, and also for this HDP 50 P2 prepared protect. Rubber balls and some inert powder ones, smell like baby powder, and then you can get the pepper ball ones also. Comes with a nice how to use it kit. Comes with a nice card that says what color you need to buy for what you want. Comes with a little cleaning rod. Takes the standard 12-gram CO2 cartridge. Both of these take those CO2 cartridges. This comes in this kit, and it comes with 10 of your inert powder ones, and they do break fairly easily. That's what we showed in the opening there, or the demonstration with the pop bottles, and then some rubber ones. Now, I was also sent some hard plastic. Think of them as bigger airsoft pellets. They dented from 15 feet, a 50-gallon steel drum. I'm pretty impressed with how fast they come out and what they do. So we're going to put those to the test here in a little bit. Now we're going to take a little break, back up, and I will show you the particulars of each one. Let's start with this orange and black HDP 50. It takes the CO2 cartridge in the butt here. It has fiber optic, I should have shown those to you earlier, fiber optic sights, front and rear, very nice, very seeable. Little loaded chamber indicator or loaded CO2 indicator. And the safety is on the trigger, similar to a Glock or any of your other striker-fired action guns. It's very simple to load. You simply pull this spring-loaded latch forward. It has a hole underneath it. You drop the pepper balls or whatever projectile type you're putting into it. You let it go, it feeds them down, voila. Shot it a little bit off camera. It works really well. It is almost as heavy as a full-size firearm, which is, I guess, impressive. It's the size of a full-size firearm, so would you want to carry this concealed? Maybe not. And obviously it's orange and black. Hopefully people would not think it's a real one, but you know how people can be. It says right on it, do not use paintballs. What are some other things you can use these projectile type CO2 powder / rubber ball / hard plastic for? The deer eating your roses. It's not going to damage the deer. It's not going to hurt the deer. The neighbor's cat, the neighbor's dog, your cat, your dog, other critters. Talked to somebody that used one, had a skunk problem or a raccoon problem. Worked really well, scared them away. So it doesn't have to be just your personal defense. They work for that also, obviously. Do they have limitations? Yes, they have distance. They have your CO2 runs out. They have that it's only 6 rounds. So something this heavy and nice is only 6, or I think it holds 7. Comes with a CO2 and 10 rounds of rubber balls and 10 rounds of powder. And of course I got some extras so we could play around. I'm really impressed with this one so far. Getting a CO2 canister in and so on is a little difficult. Read the instructions. But other than that, it shoots really hard. I was shooting steel out here at about 20 yards a little bit ago. They don't fly straight as a bullet, but they get there, and at a man-sized target, you probably hit one. Which brings up the next point. It does give you more standoff than the pepper sprays and gels typically do. But are you justified in shooting something that far away? And I did read a comment in our last one about the 21-foot rule, and that is way too lengthy to get into. But basically, it was based off of law enforcement responding to somebody attacking with a knife, drawing from a revolver from a holster, standing your grounds, and whether or not you could get 2 rounds off before the person got to you. Almost no law enforcement uses revolvers anymore. Striker fires and other semi-autos are far faster than a revolver for 2 rounds at double action or single action. People are faster, so that distance would be greater, but that doesn't really apply to personal defense. You and every situation you try to talk about, or you have to articulate why you took the action you did, is going to be different. Was it outside? Was he yelling and screaming at you from that far away and starting to run at you? Did he have something in his hands? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've got a role player today that we're going to try to do some very rudimentary type tests that way. We'll see how those go. But ultimately, for anything you protect yourself with, you have to be able to explain your reasons and your justification for doing so. Are you going to kill somebody with one of these? Chances are no. Is there a possibility? There's always a possibility. That's why it's less than lethal, not non-lethal. There's always a possibility for some mistake somewhere, somehow, with any of them. Okay. This saber is bigger. It shoots a 68 caliber. It shoots the Saber brand ones. It only holds 7 in the magazine, which has a magazine and does that when you pull it out, which is not a great option either. But you load them in there, you put a new CO2 cartridge in, you do that, pull the trigger, it goes bang. It's got a red fiber optic front, a green fiber optic back, and it has adjustable sights on it. You get inert ones, pepper ball ones, rubber ball ones, so you get the gamut also. And the last one we have today is just because we included it in this, is a pepper gel. Even says Walther on the slide. That's the Saber hot one. It's the, pepper spray. Actually, I'm sorry, in this case, pepper gel. It says right on it, red. For those that were asking, it's the red, which means it should be really good and hot. Simply pull this little thing back, open it up, pull this out. This one says practice only right on it, so you can't confuse it. Close it back down, pull the trigger. Has a little grip safety there for you. We're going to go demonstrate it too here in just a minute. So, different options for you. That is pretty small when you compare it to these. It's supposed to shoot about 15 feet. We will see. What else can you do with pepper ball guns? Well, they're going to inflict the pain from the pellet itself. Now, the pepper ball is designed to break easier, so it will not be as heavy, will not inflict as much pain as the rubber bullet or rubber pellet ball and or the hard plastic ones. Hard plastic ones are designed for training. They're inert, everything. And then of course you have the red or the rubber ones, which are black, and they're designed to inflict pain. There's a problem with inflicting pain, and that is that not everybody feels pain the same. The higher amped up they are, the less pain they feel. Let me tell you a story for those liking stories. A number of years ago, I was a deputy at the time. I went to a case outside of a ways away from the city and back up. The neighbor was yelling about something. I went up his driveway. I found him. The neighbor had those eyes, like Jack Nicholson when he puts his head through the door and goes, "Here's Johnny." Those eyes. I left. I didn't really have anything at the time. He's on his own property. He said he was okay. I parked across the street. A couple minutes later, he comes down off his property across the county road, stops traffic, yelling and screaming at him. "You need to get out of here. I'm going to make you get out of here." Marches over to my car. Gets up in my face. "I'm going to throw you in your car. You need to get out of here, blah, blah, blah." And I end up pushing him away. I deploy my taser, but the taser was too close. We'll get into that in another video as to how and why about tasers. Needless to say, he didn't care about the taser. At one point, he reached up to rip him out. I ended up getting my baton. That's another video. And I hit him with it. Trust me, I hit him. He didn't even flinch. He kind of yelled at me, and it was kind of like hitting a tree. The only thing that day that got through to him after I hit him with the baton again and got the same results was the large can fogger nozzle pepper spray oleo resin capsicum 5% law enforcement grade. From me to the camera, just very arm's distance. It burned, It made it so he couldn't see me anymore, thus stopped coming after me. Made it so he couldn't breathe real well. He went over, laid down on the road, but he recovered very quickly. Went up to his, back up to his house, jumped in the creek on the way, blah, blah, blah. We ended up having to fight him again after somebody else hit him with a taser. He didn't feel any pain. He had a psychotic break. He's just a normal guy having a bad day. I will explain in other videos why I chose only to hit him twice with a baton, but I went through my force options minus my firearm. That's to say, when people don't feel pain, all these things don't work well. Now, we're talking about civilians in your defense. You could have run away. You could have done what others did. Avoid him. Lock yourself in a car. Do a lot of things. Sprayed him with your pepper spray. That's the only thing that day that got through to him. I've used it before. I like it. I know there's a lot of cops out there that don't, and it affects them as bad as it affects the other guys. That's why these are nice. But they don't always break. And we're going to try to test that today through the infamous hoodie sweatshirt and other things to see what it takes to defeat them, or can they be defeated, and how much really do they hurt. So let's get to it. We're out here at the range. I'm back here at 12 feet. We did one test fire. Apparently it's spraying like water or something. So I'm going to aim for the head, see how we can do that. There's no sights on, anything like that. They're guessing at 12 feet you can point your finger and pull the trigger and hit something. Let's see if we can do it. Looks like it works really well. I don't know. Well, it did. That's not much. It's out now. So we're going to take a jump cut, walk up there and see what it does. Here's the results. This is not rain. This is the liquid that came out of here. It's inert. You got all over the head of the target, the chest area. We want to shoot for the head because that's where the vulnerable places are when you're using pepper spray and or gel. Some cons. You're going to run out kind of quick. It is a little bit big for putting in your pocket, your jogging shorts, your yoga pants, whatever. Is it great if you are maybe backpacking, whatever? Yes, I like that. I like the size. I like that it works like a gun. Better than spraying it. You aren't going to cover the end accidentally. You can reload it quickly. That's another pro. Is it the gun for grandma in the nightstand? Probably not. Big fogger nozzle, that's better. Is it the one for you if you are used to want to carry it on your hip or something and you have a lot of dogs you're worried about? I think so. It works really well. So again, that's why we're showing you all the different options, because there's an option out there for everybody. Let's go to the projectile guns and look at those. You gotta bear with what noise you hear of the rain bouncing off the leaves on the ground. We have our UMA-REX caliber 50. Yuma Rex, I guess. I'm going to just shoot as fast as I can the hard plastic practice rounds at the steel, the white big steel down there. See how we do. Okay. Now we're going to demo. Well, not those. We're going to shoot the rubber ball ones. Drop that, pour it in there. There we go. We can sort of do a speed reload with this. There. Going back in my secret pocket. See what these do. They almost bounce back to me. So those function nicely. Let's get our threat dressed up in protective gear. We've taken safety precautions so that our threat doesn't get hurt more so than these might. Let's put it to the test, see how bad they hurt. Our threat has protective gear, has some lightweight body armor on, face shield, glasses, safety glasses. Here we go. We're about 15 feet. The black rubber, we don't like you balls. How's it feel? Can you feel it? So you can feel it through the body armor. You want to try it without the body armor? All right, let's take a cut. We'll do it without the body armor, just the hoodie. Now we've got no body armor on, just a hoodie and a garment underneath it with the inert pepper balls. See if they break against the hoodie is the test. You ready? All right, here we go. Ow! And it breaks. One more, but not to torture them. No more. I guess it really hurts. That's good. And you can see where it sprayed. So we're not going to do the rubber balls against them. Here's the result of the breakable powder inert round. Cut the skin a little bit. This is through 2 garments, heavy sweatshirt. It's raised up and it's starting to bruise. Very impressive results, and at nothing else, your bad guy would be marked for the cops to find. This is one that was supposed to break. I can't imagine what the red or the round rubber ball would do. Probably a lot more damage, but not lethal. So let's go back to the table and wrap up today. Let me take a swig of coffee so I can get through this part. All right, here we are at the table trying to wrap up the day. Our Sabre brand pistol-shaped OC gel launcher worked really well. It's simple to use. If that's what you're looking for, I'd recommend one. It's lightweight and you can hold it better. It has a little safety on the grip. We weren't able to get this Sabre CO2 pepper ball launcher working for us today. Couldn't get it figured out. I will get it figured out or replaced, and we'll have it in a later video. Excuse me. This one, on the other hand, our UMA Rex, UMA REX, can't say I'm pronouncing it correct, in caliber 50, or the Home Defense Pistol, or HDP 50, worked really, really well. You saw on our acting threat the damage it did, the welt it left. She says it really hurt like hell. And from the close-up, I can see why. It comes with 10 or 20 rounds. It's CO2 launched. It comes with one CO2 thing. You get maybe the 20 rounds out of one CO2 canister, so you're going to want to keep some on stock so you can go out and practice. It has those hard plastic balls that dented the 50 gallon oil drum over there. That's steel. Did a really great job. It reaches out probably 30, 40 feet, but you lose accuracy, at least in those hard balls. Within the ranges you would want or need to defend yourself, it is accurate and works really well. So, I highly recommend this. Do not use it on your kids. Safety warning for the day. This is another niche type thing in our less than lethal options. It gives you more distance. It gives you a little more pain. It gives you immediate pain response if your threat can feel pain. The downside is in the pepper application, it doesn't get up in the face like you would think it does. I'm guessing that your threat's not just going to stand there and let you keep shooting them, and it has to powder up and get in their face. Those are the downsides. But each one of those is going to hurt. Hopefully they have enough sense about them that they don't want to stand there and continue to be hit. And again, you are not trying to take people into custody. You're trying to prevent them from attacking you, persuade them to make better and different choices than attack you, and get away or get to a safe place. That's the difference between what you have to do in the real world and what I have to do if I show up, because me running away is not an option sometimes. With all that said, go out, practice with it, train with it, know how to use it, get really good with it so that you're always the best prepared for your worst case situations.